Hey everyone, I'm Greg Reinhardt from GRB Academy. I am with Mick Matsey and Andy Dean from Pro Player, and we are all on the road in separate cities, but here to answer all of your questions like we've had out on social media the last few days about the merger or the the connection between Pro Player and GRB Raise Illinois starting this fall in Illinois. So we're doing this. We want to get out as much information as we can to answer some questions and also clear up rumors which happen during tryout times, unfortunately. First thing we just want to, I think we're going to talk about right away, right, guys, like the structure of the ownership. Andy, Mick, do you guys want to talk about, what is the structure of the ownership of Pro Player and kind of the GRB setup with that?
Yeah, so this at the best opportunity for our players' interest. We're always looking out for what's going to be the best for our players, and having this opportunity to join with GRB, we think it puts our players in the best opportunity to play at the next level, whether that be at any level of college. But for ownership wise, me and Mick are still sole owners of Pro Player, but having the ability or the opportunity to join forces with GRB, we think that gives our players within our program in the GRB family just the best opportunity to get their name out there, get seen more than they already were, and give them the best opportunity to achieve their baseball dreams and goals and aspirations.
Yeah, just to kind of go on top of that is, I think one thing that Andy and I are excited about for our families is just to have that support that you have with your staff, Greg and the rest of the guys like Jordan and Max and Zach, and I know I'm missing some guys, but it's amazing to have that kind of support, and I think our kids are going to see the benefit of that as well. So as well as the families.
And just to add on to that, one of the biggest reasons, not only just for to join forces with a Midwest and nationally recognized organization, is just to have a full team working for all of our players at all times. Me and Mick were a two-team crew with great coaching staff and great trainers, but to work on the back end of things on social media, the networking with recruiting and all that. I want all of our customers to know and all of our players to know that you have a full-time team of 10 plus working for you guys around the clock all the time. And that was the biggest draw for me and Mick, not only the name, but just having a team for our players at all time, not just me and Mick working for you guys.
Yeah. And I just want to clear up, one, like Andy said, there is still Pro Player Consultants. That is still the name of the ownership group. There's nothing that will change in Illinois in terms of the day-to-day operations with all the training camps and even who's managing your teams and all of that. I think for GRB, we've always known that Pro Player and the Canes have been Pro Player Canes have been a really good program that has always played us really tough and does it the right way. That's important to us at GRB. We are not looking to have, 50 states of this. We are looking to build a network of really great Midwest programs over time. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It could be, Wisconsin and Illinois for forever. It could add one state, could add two, but it will never be a full national thing. That's just not what we're looking for. And in terms of the platform, I think for players coming in or that are already at Pro Player, I think with GRB, like all of the recruiting videos, the amount of traffic that goes through our website and social media. I know in the last 30 days, we had over 1 million impressions just on Twitter. So the amount that we can, give to our families, whether it's Madison, Milwaukee, or Illinois families, is super important because of the visibility aspect. Plus, we have multiple people to tackle recruiting. I know I will be involved in helping as much as asked or needed, and I'm excited for that because it's all about the players that are representing, GRB Illinois and GRB in general. So that's a big thing, I think. In talking about the future, we talk about future events. There may be a time down the road where we can create, a special team of all of our locations for a major national event, which is something we've all talked about. And when Andy, you said, it's you and Mick are a two-man crew. To add on to that, something that people don't know is between GRB Madison and Milwaukee, we have 10 full-time staff. So that gives us a lot of ability to, you know, have extra, you know, back end support to manage, you know, a lot of the back end stuff, which hampers a lot of places. I mean, it hampered GRB when we first started as well, and it's a lot of extra work versus allowing the coaches to really coach and grow the players in the game inside the building. So a couple of the questions, we talked about the structure, and we talked about, you know, why we're doing this really. But the facility usage, one of the questions was, hey, can a player from Illinois or a player from Madison or a player from Milwaukee go into any facility and use it? And the answer is yes, right, guys? Like,
Yep.
100%.
Yep. So I think all places, you know, you can stop in, you can use the cage for free if you're driving through and you want to, you know, if a bunch of the Illinois guys are driving through Madison, they want to stop and hit, come on in. It's yours for free. You can use it however you want. So that was one of the
Remember that
questions.
derecho runs through Wisconsin.
Yep. Yep. The next question is a two-part question. One, it said, will you be expanding your facilities in Illinois? And will you be expanding GRB or Pro Player all throughout Illinois to different locations? So I will let you guys take that.
So the plan right now is just to stay with our McHenry location, and that's going to be our GRB Illinois. The plan is, like Greg said earlier, is not to be a 50-state organization. We really want to grow in the Midwest, and we think that right now with the Milwaukee, the Madison, and the McHenry location, we'll have the ability to do that. Just seconding Greg, maybe we become 4 states, maybe 5, but we do never see a 50-state organization. That's our plan right now. So expand facilities, right now that is not in the cards. Down the road, we might talk about it, but that is not the plan going forward right now.
Agreed.
And, you know, on the Illinois front, like, we expect there just to be one GRB Rays Illinois. You know, I don't think we're expecting to like have 5 different facilities and locations and team setups around Illinois. Never say never, but I just think like people need to know, like, we are excited to be in McHenry, and we're going to grow that and continue to strengthen the brand all around. So next question, uniform choices and what are included. Are there still practice uniforms? Is there uniform choices? Why don't we just go through the whole, you know, and the other question I think was people were talking about helmets and bags, and what brands. So GRB as a whole, I'll just talk about the brand and then Mick can answer the other ones. One, GRB Illinois will be a Nike partner, like Madison is and Milwaukee. We will all be Nike, but we do have the access to a lot of different brands. It's not exclusive. You know, it's not exclusive towards the pro shop or some of that stuff. Just our jerseys and hats will say Nike and pants. But Mick, why don't you talk about uniform choices, practice uniforms, fall stuff, helmets?
Sure. So just like in the past for our, you know, our returning customers and then our new customers, our new players, they'll get a fall/winter jersey and hat. Regardless of if they play fall or not, everyone still gets that because we want to have our youth teams and our high school teams dressed out for practices. And then for the summer seasons, they'll get 2 jerseys, and there'll probably be a green jersey or a yellow jersey or a black jersey, but each team will all look the same. Where in years past, we've kind of let the coaches, but I think for the first year, we want to be uniform and just be, you know, representing the brand as best we can, have everybody looking the same. So when we walk on the field, they know, you know, that it's GRB Illinois that's there. They get helmets part of the package, pair of pants, socks. Each team, depending on age, you'll get either a pair of Nike Turfs or Nike molds, just depends on the age, which I know Andy and I are excited about that. That's something new we've never done before. I think the kids will love that, and parents will love that. And then each kid will get, youth player will get 2 hats to go along. We'll keep up that tradition of giving the players 2 game hats. And then I think that's really a belt, and that's really about it. And then obviously we'll set up the team stores again, like we have. And I think Greg's going to kind of explain what they do as far as their team stores, not only with apparel, with the GRB Illinois apparel, but as well as like bats and stuff like that. So it's going to be exciting. And I think our customers are really going to see, because I've seen it, on your Twitter and stuff like that, of GRB Madison, how you guys do your opening, like kickoff meetings. I know as Andy and I know we're really looking forward to that day. I think it's going to be a nice presentation for our parents to see. So
Yeah, I'll touch on that really quickly. One of the things which has become kind of developed out of COVID and developed out of having a second location with Milwaukee, and plays right into this, is from a pro shop aspect. I think one of the most challenging things for anyone who has a facility is to keep enough inventory and stock in house, and so everyone runs online stores. We made that change, so we actually have built out our own pro shop online. So for families, 365 days a year, if you need a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or anything, you can go and buy it online. It ships that next day or that night, and it's 1 or 2 day shipping. So it's been tremendously convenient for families. You can return it same way with a label. And then with our program, we do a magazine, so that has all bats and gloves, and we sell them well below price on purpose. It's part of being of GRB, is we want to supply to all families discounted bats, discounted gloves, where you save $75 on a bat, or $75 on a glove, or $50 on a glove. And that's something, baseball is an expensive sport with the amount of travel and everything in general, with training and all the things it takes to be great. And we want to make sure that when it comes to the gear, our families can access it, and try and give them a little bit of a break on pricing. So that's one thing. There still will be some online stores for sure. And bags, I think it'll be handled just like it has been in the past, which is kind of an a la carte, or teams in Illinois that may have a slush fund that want to use it on that certainly can. Is that correct?
yes.
Awesome. There's a question about demo days, and that kind of folds into the magazine question. You can buy bats from every brand pretty much year round, but yes, we will still have the demo day. And as Mick talked about, when we do that first meeting night, we're excited. We've always done it. We turn our whole facility into basically a store of all the new stuff that we have in. That will be in August in Illinois. And I know we are getting prepped for it. And we have lots of orders coming in, and everything that everyone will need, we'll be able to see right away. So it will be a good experience for everyone who's either new or all the pro player families, to just kind of see all the new items there. So the last question, and then we can talk if there's anything else, but people asked, can players who play for GRB Rays Illinois play for other teams? Andy, you want to take this one?
So we would say that first and foremost, that the schedule that you guys are presented, once you get, we're getting invited to one of our teams and accept that GRB Illinois or Milwaukee or Madison is your first priority. That being said, there's an open weekend or something like that, where if we have training or we have practice, the idea is that you're going to be with us. But we think that GRB gives you the opportunity to get all your recruiting needs, and get you in front of the people that you need. So we think that GRB needs to be the priority. In Illinois, the only way that something would take precedent is if you're in the IHSA playoffs. If you're in super sectionals, you're in the state playoffs, and there's a GRB tournament as well. We want you to go play for the IHSA state tournament. That's the only thing that would take priority over GRB.
And I think that's, we operate the same way, which is high school comes first until you're done with that. And then, the only way that this works for everyone involved on teams, youth teams, high school teams, is that everyone is bought in and shows up. So certainly there are events, some players, when you get into high school, may get selected to play in some big events that are worth your time. to miss, and we handle all those accordingly. So I'm sure you guys will do the same. Players say, hey, I got invited to the MWSA, or I got invited to this workout, and we know that PBR Pro case, something like that. If that happens, like, certainly we handle every situation piece by piece. You guys probably have it the same way. People can obviously just ask you, and
Absolutely.
they'll get a straight answer. So do you guys have anything else that you would like to say? Or
No, I want to echo you, Greg, and say that's the goal, is that hopefully you guys get invited to events that where we have to say, yeah, you have to go to that event. That's what we're trying to get our players into, and that if we can train you guys and give you the platform to get seen, to get invited to those events, that's the goal. That's the bottom line. That's what we're trying to do for all of our players.
No, I just kind of last thing I'll say is just, thank you. We're super excited about the opportunity we're going to be able to present our boys. I think Andy said it to you before we got on here, like, we broke a record for tryout registrations. And I think that just speaks volume to the excitement that this has created, and looking forward to keep it going and take it to another level out of our facility. So I know, like I said, Andy and I are really super excited about this opportunity.
And I will close in saying that our staff in GRB is super excited as well. And one of the things for everyone, some people around, some people may know me, some people may not, but one of the things that I've always prided myself on, and have looked, for those who maybe don't know Andy and Mick, who are coming into the program as well, is in order for this to work for any travel program, I feel like you 100% have to have people who are in charge, who live it every single day, meaning the players, the families, showing up every day to manage everything that goes on to run a successful program and help players, number one, get better, number two, find places to play, and number three, like, really love baseball. Like, it takes people who are fully dedicated. And so when the conversations happen between any location, but in this case, Andy and Mick, the first thing I think about is, are these people fully dedicated? And I can say without question, you guys are. And that's important, because that's the only way that this works. You guys obviously echo the drive and desire, much like all of our people at GRB. So for families wondering, why would we choose GRB? I can just say this is, all we can promise is that the amount of work and effort we will put in to provide a great experience that we think is a better experience than everywhere else is going to happen. So that is all I can say. That's an important part of all this. You guys know that because you live it every day. I have been doing this since about a year before I was out of professional baseball. So it is something that I've been doing. So that is it. I'm excited for everyone to join. I'm excited to work with you two guys. So if anyone has any questions, you can reach out at any time. So.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Greg. Can't wait.
Have a good night.
All right, guys.
Bye.